Alrighty.
So how have you been today?
Doing good about you?
Not too bad. I kind of started this project and I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, and so it's been fun trying to get people from different places to be able to get on at the same time.
Right.
And so I think we've figured that out for the most part. Let me see here. If we can get this going. All right. This will work. So, you want to introduce yourself a little bit? Let us know kind of who you are and where you're from. What music you do?
So, Chris Gregerson, bass player of Devilborn, rock band from northern Michigan. Been playing as that band for about 4 or 5 years now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I decided to post this idea on and actually make it possible. Originally, I was thinking there's going to be like maybe 5 or 10 people that might be interested in doing this, and we've got just over 150 people from all over the world that's interested in doing this.
Right.
But I'm a musician myself. I've been playing piano ever since I was about 5 years old, and now I can play about over 200,000 songs on spot of almost any genre created.
Good.
But I don't know. Like I've played places. I've met lots of other people that's played places, and it all comes down to the same thing. People have an amazing talent or ability, and they're not making it as far as they want to go.
Sure.
And so, like, what I'm wanting to do is a little description about this. So, dreams behind musical dreams is basically going to be about talking to people from all types of music, and hopefully giving others inspiration to keep going, to push harder, to be able to not give up on their dreams, because they can also know, hey, there's tons of people that are actively out there doing music that hasn't given up on it.
Right.
And so that's kind of my goal. But I guess we can get started with the interview.
Alrighty.
So, you're a bassist. What got you into music?
Just growing up, Dad always had music playing in the house. He was a DJ at a club. When the club closed, he got all the records, and so I just sat around listening to rock music forever.
All
Just
right.
toss on Fleetwood Mac or AC/DC or Creedence Clearwater Revival, and then just kind of developed more and more as I grew up. I was about 12, going into sixth grade, and they were like, Do you want to go into band class?" And I was like, "Sure, I'd like to learn about music," and became a band kid and played saxophone. And then the next year, I really wanted to get into guitar, and then so I got a guitar. And then the year after that, I got a bass, and just been doing just about every musical instrument I can under the sun.
All right. So, if you were to estimate how many total instruments you know how to play, like, what's your number on that?
I, I mean, now it's probably just guitar, bass, and drums because I don't have access to other instruments now. But I bet if I picked up a saxophone, give me a couple hours, I could get it back under my fingers.
All right. What would you say your biggest struggle or hardships would be in your musical stuff, like in your journey?
So far, it's been dealing with the pandemic. My band was doing real good through 2019, and then beginning of 2020, all of a sudden it was like, oh, we can't, no one's open and we can't play anywhere. And then that was just what it's been for the last almost 2 years.
All right, yeah, yeah. COVID's definitely made things difficult for people. Um, so, um, so you said you were from Oregon,
Northern Michigan, Reed City
Northern
to be exact.
Michigan. So, what do you normally like play in like with your band? You guys have like bars, clubs, or like different settings like that, or?
Yeah, it's usually bars or clubs. We played, we did get to play a outdoor music festival in 2020, but just basically like there was like 100 people there, which was really cool for us. But at the same time, it was like, you know, with if COVID hadn't been a thing, it might have been, or it probably would have been a lot more.
Right. So if you could throw out just two numbers, like if the whole time you've been doing music, like what would you say your lowest amount of people you've ever played for was, and then your maximum?
The max is probably about 150, 200 people, and then the least is probably about three, which was one of our more recent gigs. We played for my older brother, the sound guy, and the bartender.
Okay. All right. So right now, what is your goal with your music? Like how what do you want to see? Like I guess mainly in the next 5 years with your music. Like what's your goals right now?
The goal right now is keep on plugging, keep on playing, because that's what we did all through the pandemic, and I'm not qualified to do anything else. It's that or I go work at the sticker factory, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, right. No, it's funny because I actually used to work at a labeling factory that we made, label stickers for like the wine bottles or the different stuff people wanted, and I was just like, man, like sitting here all day just doing this, like cutting stickers, counting them, putting them in rolls. Like I was like, there's got to be like better things to do, but
Right.
yeah. So trying to think. So when you do your music, just out of curiosity, do you feel your music connects with other people emotionally?
I think sometimes it does. I think it depends on the people, but I feel that sometimes people get the wrong idea about us because of the name, because of certain imagery that comes along with using things that would reference to, you know, the devil. But that's existed forever.
Yeah.
And that's why we chose the name, because we wanted that. We wanted that sort of controversy for people to go, oh man, they use the devil. They must be scary. They must not be good people. And it's only backfired and gotten us kicked off a show once or twice.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So wow. So I know I actually know someone that is a drummer for a band that's kind of like they were invited to come play at us where I grew up at in a small town. They were invited to come play at their community event, and it was it was interesting because it seemed like they said that a lot of people took it differently than how they wanted it to be, but like
Right.
you have to find that niche people want to enjoy, and so that's what I've noticed with my music as well. Is like I've been recording professionally recording some of my stuff and putting it out, and I'm just like, I don't know where to put this because it's piano music, but it's also considered rock. It's cover songs of different you know
Right.
things from across the thing. So it's like varieties in the spectrum. It's hard to get people to like want to look at it when you have your own little kind of thing going on.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of the problem we deal with, because we're not like one set genre. Like we have heavier songs, we have softer songs, and so when we go to play places, it's kind of weird. because they're like, oh, these giant burly dudes, and then oh, we're singing about soft things, like having feelings and whatnot.
Right. Right. So if we want to kind of like I said, our goal is to be able to get people kind of inspired and not to give up. So
Right.
if we were to leave the interview here, what would you like to leave for people to be able to hear that, they're doing all the stuff, they're putting the work in, but they're just not getting where they want to get.
It unfortunately for it takes time. No one is an overnight success. Nothing is built in a day. You know, that's why we kept plugging through all of the pandemic. Because at
Yeah,
some point it's got to pay off. There's no, and the cream will rise to the crop. Whatever comes will be. But you know that if you work hard enough, if you try hard enough, you'll succeed.
yeah. All right. Well, that's actually really good advice. So I appreciate you being able to hop on this interview. And like
No problem.
after we get all these interviews, like I said, I got about 150 people interested all across the world. Like I had a guy from Jamaica want to get a hold of us at 1 o'clock, but then he got kept preoccupied with something else, so we couldn't. But
Right.
I'm like super excited for this.
It sounds dope.
But I will let you know as soon as we get everything wrapped up, get the documentary out. Someone actually asked if I was looking at making it a series, and I figure, yep, because there's no way to tell all these stories in one session.
Right. Yeah.
But like I said, I appreciate you hopping on with us, and I'll message you some more information of what to watch out for and a couple things you can send me to throw on with your interview for editing, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Have a good one.
You as well.